in the idea of starting the soapbox, there was maybe like the touchstone for that was, we're both really, Charlene and I are really interested in letterpress printing, and I have been out of school for a handful of years, and you're just confronted with this problem. I learned to do this great printing thing that I love with a really great press and access to all this type, and now I'm out of school and there's no place to where I can access this outside of a university setting in Philadelphia. And so we had decided, with that particularly in mind, that we would start the soapbox. We got some donations of letterpress equipment, a very simple tabletop press that we've been putting to use down there, and also then the screen printing took off because someone donated a few squeegees and hinge clamps, and then someone asked, well, do you have screen printing? And these pieces started coming in, and at a certain point you think, oh, well, I better, we have half of the stuff we need to do this, and people are asking about it, so let's fill that piece of it out as well. We're absolutely, especially in terms of the letterpress, looking to expand our resources in that area. I think that people have been doing some admirable work on a very simple press, but it's not mechanized, and so the dream is still to have a more mechanized, like a Vandercook type press, and to have more type for people to use. We have a mixture of people who are involved in the zine community, both in terms of coming by to visit the library or also in terms of joining the studio as members. We have folks who are hand printing the covers for a zine in this space. And then we also have people who are coming to it from an artist perspective, mostly printmakers and people who are bookmakers. In 5 years, I think we started this with a pretty grand vision of what the space could be, and with an understanding that right now this house is housing the soapbox, it's housing this public community space that has been getting busier and needs to grow. Like, we're open twice a month now, but we're working on increasing to hopefully double those hours. What I see in 5 years is that we are open much more regularly during the week. We have more space. I think that a broader letterpress and bindery setup is part of that vision. And we have been offering workshops and exhibitions. So the zine library here started when we got off the ground 2.5 years ago with 2 shoe boxes of things that I had traded my own zines for with other people at Zine Fest. And once we started talking to people about, we're opening up this space, there's going to be this library component, and inevitably someone would volunteer, I have a handful of things that I made and I'd be interested in donating, or I just got 3 shopping bags full of zines off of Craigslist, and would you be interested in housing them? Or usually we have a donation box out at Zine Fest that we go to, and people will leave things for us. And so now we're approaching 1,000 titles, I would say. We have about 1/3 of those cataloged online. Well, when someone asks about the soapbox and it expresses curiosity, come by and check it out, we say, yes, come. And we say, well, we're open twice a month right now. We're open first Thursdays of the month, 6 to 9, and third Sundays of the month, 3 to 6. So I think we encourage people to come by and check it out in person and explain that we have, that we're partly a library and reading room and open for people to come by and browse anything in the collection, to tour the print studios, and that actually printing in the space is a membership-based process or through a workshop. And we're always happy to tell people more about the printing facilities, but I often find that the easiest way is to say, come by, we'll show off the press, you'll get to see someone making use of it. I mentioned a little bit that we've been approached by people in the community to throw on some kind of community exhibit, and that's exciting to see what goes on. And we like doing things that are a little less traditional exhibits sometimes. So we've collaborated with a group called Homeschooled Gallery to do an event called Booked, where we had an exhibit that was viewable by flashlight of books and prints, and a story tent that people could go into and listen to recordings of people telling their own story, and then also a collage wall where people could add things. And another event that we hosted in the spring was it was called Eat Your Words, and we actually invited people to come and screen print on tortillas. And then, so they were able to screen print with edible inks on the tortillas, text that said "Eat Your Words," and then we had food coloring markers, so people were welcome, if they wanted, to write things that they regretted saying, and then build the burrito. We had all the fixings out, and then literally eat their words. So that was, pretty fun. So we try to, we like mixing it up a little bit.